Greeting, my colony members. As your Hive Guardian, I bring urgent news. We have discovered a new species to hunt. However, they are not merely our prey. They are the destroyers of our ecosystem and the very foundation of our castle. We must act swiftly to stop them, or the river ecosystem of the Hydrania continent will face ruin.
The scouts have been monitoring a massive creature that dwells along the Hydrania River, Gigas remex flumineus, the giant oarsman. The name itself carries meaning. Gigas means giant in Greek. Remex translates to oarsman in Latin, referring to its powerful paddle-like legs, and flumineus means river in Latin, signifying its habitat within the vast Hydranian waterways. Size 1.2 to 1.8 meters in length, 50 to 70 centimeters in width. Weight, 45 to 80 kilograms. Its flattened hydrodynamic body reduces water resistance, allowing it to glide effortlessly through the river currents. Its broad, paddle-like forelegs serve multiple purposes, grazing on aquatic vegetation, stabilizing movements in water, and facilitating social interactions within the herd. Meanwhile, its powerful oar-like hind legs provide strong propulsion, generating bursts of movement to navigate against the current. Covered in dense setae, its legs aid in both skimming and feeding, trapping algae and floating plant matter, enabling passive filter feeding. An internal air chamber helps maintain neutral buoyancy, allowing controlled diving and surfacing. Unlike the smaller boatman insects that pierce and suck fluids, Gigas remex has a specialized, flexible mouth adapted to scrape algae, soft aquatic plants, and submerged lily roots. Its semi-rigid exoskeleton provides protection from aquatic predators while maintaining flexibility for movement. With an advanced gill and spiracle system, it can extract oxygen from water for extended dives while still being capable of surface respiration when needed. Still unimpressed? Let me share something even more astonishing. They migrate in large groups of 15 to 30 individuals, using numbers for protection and efficient foraging. Communicating through subtle water vibrations, they maintain group cohesion and coordination. As specialist grazers, they scrape soft aquatic plants, algae, and root layers with their specialized mouths. Their setae-covered legs allow them to collect floating algae effortlessly while swimming. However, both juveniles and adults face threats from opportunistic predators and hunters. When in danger, the herd forms a tight defensive formation, with stronger individuals creating a barrier around the vulnerable hatchlings. In moments of extreme peril, they execute a synchronized burst escape, making it difficult for aquatic hunters to target a single individual. Receiving the pheromone signals from our scouts, our forces immediately mobilized. This time, we attempted an ambush from within the dense lily clusters. Unfortunately, one of them sensed our presence. It sent out a signal to its kin, and they quickly formed a tight defensive wall. Our forces launched the attack, surrounding the herd of giant oarsmen, but before we could strike, they moved with remarkable speed. They dove beneath the water's surface. Their diving ability far surpassed our own, leaving our forces struggling to keep up. They maneuvered with such agility and precision that they effortlessly evaded our pursuit. We chased them, but it was in vain. Our precious protein source had vanished into the depths of Hydrania Lake, beyond our reach. It seems tonight we must postpone our feast of a well-earned meal. We never expected to find a place like this. Beneath the tranquil waters of Hydrania Lake, hidden from the world above, lay a submerged forest, vast and untouched. Towering blades of aquatic plants swayed with the rhythm of the currents, their green tendrils reaching for the filtered sunlight that barely pierced the depths. This was no ordinary vegetation. It was Anguillilamina submersus, the kelp eelgrass, a name we had given it, derived from the Latin anguillus, meaning eel for its ribbon-like form, lamina for its broad blade-like leaves, and submersus, a reminder of its sunken domain. Each blade stretched 1 to 2 meters in shallow waters, but in the deeper shadowed regions, they reached lengths of 5 meters or more, like giant, swaying banners in an unseen current. Their thick petioles gave them strength, preventing them from snapping under the relentless push of the water. Small air sacs lined the edges of each blade, delicate yet vital, keeping the plants upright. Their holdfasts, thick, root-like anchors, gripped the lakebed, burrowing into the soft sediment, ensuring no current or grazing creature could tear them free. The eelgrass grew rapidly, stretching towards the sunlight, forming vast green meadows beneath the surface. Over time, these meadows fused into something greater, a true underwater forest, its towering blades creating a sanctuary for creatures seeking refuge from predators. Anguillilamina was more than just a passive observer of this world, it shaped it. With each passing day, it released oxygen, purifying the water, making it clearer, richer. It was a lifeline for countless creatures, its blades offering both food and shelter. Its regenerating meristems ensured that no amount of grazing could erase its presence. Its dense cellulose and tough petioles made it difficult for any herbivore to consume it entirely, forcing them to move, to migrate, to never overstay their welcome. We, too, had found value in the eelgrass. Its broad, sturdy blades became our floating foundations, strong enough to support our colony even in open waters. We cut and shaped the blades into natural bridges, allowing safe passage across water channels. We weakened select blades, crafting controlled rafts, drifting with purpose rather than at the mercy of the currents. But our workers were careful. They harvested wisely, targeting the younger, softer blades, the most nutritious. Yet even within this sanctuary, threats remained. The eelgrass sheltered creatures we could hunt, small insects, crustaceans, prey that thrived in the swaying fields of green. And then there was the giant oarsman. Time and time again, it had evaded us, slipping beyond our grasp. It thrived here, feeding, growing, using the eelgrass to its advantage. If we allowed it, it would consume more than just the plants. It would consume our future, our resources, our territory.
This was a challenge we could not ignore. And so, we gathered. A discussion was needed, a strategy. The time had come to decide our next move.
The giant oarsmen had pushed too far. Their relentless grazing was stripping our territory bare. If we did not act now, the balance we had fought to maintain would collapse. We moved swiftly. This time, our forces hid among the dense lily colonies, the perfect cover for an ambush. The shallow waters, rich with lilies, became our chosen battleground. Several units had already prepared mud traps, carefully set around the area. They lay in wait, their patience unwavering as the giant oarsmen approached, lured by the abundant vegetation. The massive creatures had no idea we were there. Then, the moment arrived. The signal was given, and our forces launched into action. A sudden burst of movement, our warriors sprang from their hiding places, their precision and coordination flawless. The attack was swift and calculated. One adult giant oarsman found itself caught, its escape routes cut off as our forces converged. Bite its joints. Make sure it can't flee. The command rang out, and our warriors struck in unison. They sank their mandibles deep into the soft, vulnerable joints, crippling the beast before it had the chance to retaliate. Struggling was useless. It was outnumbered, surrounded, doomed. A final decisive move. Venom was delivered. Slowly, its movement ceased. Victory was ours.
The hunt had proven successful. This was more than just a meal. This was a statement. The arms race between predator and prey had forced us to adapt, to refine our hunting strategies, and today, we had overcome. With this success, we had secured a new source of protein, a vital resource in the vast, unknown continent of Hydrania. But just as we celebrated our triumph, the night revealed a new mystery. In the darkness, something stirred. A presence. Something nocturnal. Something we had never encountered before. And it was watching.